I'm now with Ann Basinger, who is a graduate from our Pulmonary Rehab program. Ann has 2 diagnoses, COPD, and she also had lung cancer. And I've got some questions to ask you, Ann, today. Number 1, when you first learned about your lung disease, how did you feel about your future?
Well, I just felt confused and doubtful because I didn't know that much about it. Although I did have reason because I had shortness of breath and I had smoked for many years. So I had reason to suspect that I might have it. But one thing that my rehab gave me was information about it, which I really didn't want to get elsewhere. Our older son is a doctor, and he does not recommend that most laypersons just get on the internet and read about a disease because he said sometimes they get false impressions. So I just wanted to learn more about it, and I did want to learn how to live with it.
And when you first entered the program, how were you feeling?
Oh, my body had talked to me and told me that I desperately needed exercise, but I felt very weak. It was hard for me to even walk from our bedroom to the kitchen, and I knew that wasn't the way things should be. So my pulmonologist agreed after checking my lung function that we could improve on it, and I was very glad to get into the program.
As a matter of fact, you did improve on your lung function, didn't you? We don't normally say that that's possible, but in some cases it is. And in your case, we had like a 40% increase.
Yes, it was phenomenal, and it began for me with my first exercise.
Awesome.
And I don't want to, that's not going to happen for everybody,
right.
I realize. But for me, I started feeling better after my first session.
Wow.
And by the 4th or 5th session, I knew that I really was on the right road.
Very good. Well, then I guess it's safe to say you probably recommend the program to others with this disease.
I have recommended it already, and I've had a couple of calls from people who have noticed how much better I'm doing, and so I have suggested to them that they should look into the program.
Awesome. Well, do you have any extra comments or anything you'd like to say?
You know, I really do. I thought about this, and I think particularly among adults of my generation, of a certain age, some people may resist a program like this because they feel their pride is maybe involved, or they feel that it's a competitive activity, and I just thought it would be such a shame to avoid this because you're perhaps embarrassed that you didn't think you might do as well as someone else, because when I had cancer, my very good doctors emphasized to me that each patient is individual. So if there's any competition in this, it's only against yourself to improve the way you were feeling before. And you end up with people who have similar problems, which is really helpful. And you get guidance from therapists who know what they're doing and can show you very simple ways to improve your situation. And I found that it not only improved my body, it improved, I've told you before, it felt like it improved my health too, because I was in a better frame of mind, I had more confidence, and I really felt like it was worthwhile. Some of the things that we do, such as blowing bubbles, may seem silly, but when I realized that that bubble blowing was helping my breathing materially, I now look on blowing bubbles in a new way. So I'm very grateful.
Awesome. Thank you, Ann. Appreciate you spending time with us today.
That's good.